Alright, this is Nick here. Short introductory video, mainly to help people get started with logging into the Linux server and getting going on Git. And this is mainly for people who are not recently coming out of 222. There's a few students who are taking this course who weren't taking courses with me in winter, so doing things a little differently. I want to show you how to get onto the Linux machine, which is different from the CTEC server that you used in CSE 121. And I also want to give you a quick head start on using Git, because you need to use Git to submit your assignments. Our classes start on April 20th, and your first assignment is due on the 22nd, and it will have to be submitted through Git. So a few introductory things to go through. First is how to get onto the Linux machine. So most of you will be coming in from a Windows environment, in which case you want to use PuTTY. So go to the the usual download page. Just Google PuTTY download, and make sure you're downloading from putty.org. Okay, there's a lot of other sites that will throw in malware and things like that. Look for putty.org and just download PuTTY from there, and you're good to go. Okay. So if you run PuTTY, I'm running out an emulator here. The host name is linux.engrcs.com. Okay, it's not ctedclark.edu. linux.engrcs.com. Make sure you select SSH, which will set your port to 22, and just say open. Okay, so there's my login window. My default login is going to be the first letter of my first name followed by my last name. Okay, there's no punctuation, there's no numbers at the end, it's just first initial followed by last name as they appear in Canvas. So for me, my name is Nick Macias, my first initial is N, my last name is Macias. Okay, so that's your user ID on the Linux server. Your password is your 9-digit CTC link ID followed by an underscore. So it's a total of 10 characters, 9 numbers followed by an underscore. Okay, so I'll put in my CTC link ID followed by an underscore, hit enter. If you get this far, you are logged in. First thing you have to do is change your password. Okay, this trips people up. You have to put in your current password, the one that you just typed in to log in. So current Unix password, 9-digit CTC link ID followed by an underscore. And then you put in your new password, and then you put in your new password again. And then it logs you out. Okay, that's the correct behavior. So go ahead and run PuTTY again. linuxengrcs.com, put in your username, and then put in your new password. And that should connect you and log you in. And then you're all set to go. Okay, so now you're on the Linux machine. You're sitting in a home directory with nothing in particular in there. Okay, that's how you log on from PuTTY. If you're coming from a Unix environment or from a Mac, you can use SSH. So SSH username at linux.engrcs.com, put in your password, and you're good to go. The first time you do any of these, you'll get a pop-up security warning saying that it can't authenticate the place you're trying to connect to. That's perfectly normal the first time you're making a connection to a new machine. It can't know if that's actually the machine it says it is or not, so you just have to say yes, that's okay, and then subsequent connections should come out fine. That's really all there is to connecting to the machine. The other thing I want to get you going on is Git. So let me hop into my own directory. So there's some how-tos posted on Canvas that tell you how to get into Git and such, and how to set up an account, how to create your local Git repository, and so on and so forth. I want to talk here about how you actually push your projects over to GitLab in a way that lets me access them. This is how you're going to submit your programming assignments. This is the assignment that's due that third day of classes, April 22nd. Okay, so I'm going to make a directory called work, and I'm just going to make a hello world.java. And it's not really Java code, right? I'm not going to teach you Java programming right now. I'm just making a file called hello world.java. Okay. read the how-tos, watch the videos on getting Git set up, and you'll learn that you have to do the following steps. You have to say git init, git add hello world.java, git commit, and we're done. Okay, so I've got my one file hello world.java, but it's in a Git repository on my system. Okay, here's the part I want you to know. How do you push this over? Suppose that this was your project that you were asking to submit for grading. How do you push it over to GitLab and set it up so that I have access to it? Okay, you have to do a few things. And this is assuming you've already set up your SSH handshake and so on and so forth. So per project you have to do the following. One time and one time only you have to do the following. Git remote add origin, git at gitlab.com, your GitLab ID, which for me is Nick Macias, / and then the name of the repository that you want to submit. So I'm going to say PA0, I say CSE 223 PA0.git. Okay, you only do that once. And then git push origin master, and this should sit there for a few seconds, and then it's been timing out on me today, but go ahead and do that, and it should push it over. All right, so log into GitLab, right? And in my case, I've logged in here. Hey, timely car alarm. Hold on a second. Okay, they're off. So log in, go to your projects, and you should see CSE 223 PA0. All right, I'm going to click on that. And there's my project hello world.java, and it's got a line of text in it. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to set me up so that I have access to this project. So go over to settings and go to members and search for me. You can just say Nick Macias, and you should see one entry, Nick Macias. There's an old picture of me. Okay, click on that, choose a role permission, set me up as a reporter. Okay, once you do that, I have access to your project. I can download it, I can grade it. Okay, and it's telling me that, hey, that's me. I'm trying to give myself access. That's all there is. Okay, and then you can close out of here, log out of GitLab or whatever, and you're set. And then anytime that you make changes to your project, so if you make some changes, right? How do you push those changes over? Git add file name, git commit, and then git push origin master. And that's all there is to it, right? And now every time that you make a change to your file, git add, git commit, git push, it's in the repository. And when it's time for me to download your project and grade it, I've always got your latest version of the code that you had. All right, that's all I want to do, is give you a basic heads up on how to do those things. Take a look at the readmes on Canvas, and I will see you in a few weeks.